Welcome to our podcast episode entitled Overcrowding in Hong Kong, Navigating the Urban Jungle. In this insightful exploration, we embark on a journey through the bustling streets and towering skyscrapers of Hong Kong, a city teeming with life and energy, but also facing the stark reality of overcrowding. As we delve into this multifaceted theme, we'll unravel the layers of complexity surrounding the issue, examining its origins, implications, and potential solutions. From soaring property prices to the challenge of finding affordable housing, we'll dissect the various factors contributing to Hong Kong's overcrowded urban landscape. Through thought-provoking discussions, we aim to provide a comprehensive understanding of the issue and its far-reaching effects on the lives of Hong Kong residents. Join us as we navigate through the crowded alleyways and bustling neighborhoods of Hong Kong to shed light on the challenges and opportunities presented by this dynamic cityscape. In this episode, we'll also expand our knowledge of the phenomenon of overcrowding in Hong Kong and its intriguing relationship with the English language learning journey. Throughout our exploration, listeners can expect to gain valuable insights into the intricate dynamics of urban overcrowding, from its causes and consequences to the innovative solutions being proposed. We'll examine how the language barrier intersects with issues of overcrowding, exploring how English proficiency can empower individuals to navigate complex urban environments and access resources more effectively. By delving into real-life scenarios and practical language exercises, we aim to equip listeners with the linguistic tools and cultural insights needed to thrive in crowded urban settings like Hong Kong. Join us as we unravel the connections between overcrowding, language learning, and urban life, opening doors to new perspectives and opportunities along the way. In the bustling metropolis of Hong Kong, the issue of overcrowding looms large, presenting a complex urban challenge with far-reaching implications. The causes of this phenomenon are multifaceted, stemming from rapid population growth, limited land availability, and soaring property prices. As one of the most densely populated areas in the world, Hong Kong struggles to accommodate its residents with its confined geographical boundaries. The effects of overcrowding permeate various aspects of daily life, from housing shortages and exorbitant rents to strained public infrastructure and congested transportation networks. This issue holds significance not only for the residents of Hong Kong, but also for the broader global community, as it underscores the pressing need for sustainable urban planning and equitable access to resources. Understanding the root causes and pervasive effects of overcrowding is essential for addressing this urban challenge and fostering a more livable environment for all residents. In the vibrant cityscape of Hong Kong, overcrowding manifests in various facets, each painting a picture of the daily struggle faced by its inhabitants. With a population density ranking among the highest globally, the city grapples with the relentless squeeze of humanity within its limited geographical boundaries. Housing shortages exacerbate the issue, driving up property prices and forcing residents into cramped living spaces, often devoid of basic amenities. The impact on residents' quality of life is profound, as families contend with the constant stress of high rent, limited space, and inadequate infrastructure. From overcrowded public transport systems to congested streets and markets, navigating daily life in Hong Kong is a relentless battle against the tide of people vying for space and resources. The relentless pressures of overcrowding permeate every aspect of urban living, highlighting the urgent need for innovative solutions to alleviate the strain on residents and foster a more sustainable and equitable cityscape. In discussing the challenges of overcrowding in urban living, it's crucial to grasp key vocabulary that encapsulates the nuances of these complex issues. Population density refers to the large number of people living within a given area, often measured per square kilometre or square mile. Housing shortage describes a situation where the demand for housing exceeds the available supply, leading to affordability challenges and inadequate living conditions for residents. Subdivided flats are residential units that have been partitioned into smaller, often cramped, living spaces to accommodate multiple tenants or families, typically due to high rent prices or limited housing options. Cramped living conditions denote living spaces that are excessively small or overcrowded, lacking sufficient room for comfort or privacy. Urban sprawl refers to the outward expansion of urban areas into surrounding rural or undeveloped land, often resulting in inefficient land use and increasing commuting distances. Understanding these terms is essential for comprehending the complexities of overcrowding and urbanization and their impacts on communities and individuals. Let's really get our teeth into some example sentences and pronunciation tips to solidify our understanding of the key vocabulary related to overcrowding and urban living. For population density, we might say, Tokyo has one of the highest population densities in the world, with over 6,000 people per square kilometre. The pronunciation tip: stress the second syllable in population and the first syllable in density for clarity. Moving on to housing shortage, consider the sentence: the city's housing shortage has led to skyrocketing rent prices, making it difficult for low-income families to find affordable accommodation. Pronunciation tip: enunciate each syllable in housing and shortage to avoid blending the sounds together. Next, for subdivided flats, we could use many residents in Hong Kong live in subdivided flats, where families share small living spaces partitioned from larger units. Pronunciation tip: focus on clear articulation of each syllable in subdivided and flats to ensure understanding. Continuing with cramped living conditions, an example sentence could be: the cramped living conditions in the inner city apartments make it challenging to find personal space. Pronunciation tip: emphasize the consonant sounds at the beginning and end of cramped and living to avoid slurring. Lastly, for urban sprawl, we might say, urban sprawl has led to increased traffic congestion and pollution in metropolitan areas. Pronunciation tip: stress the first syllable in urban and the second syllable in sprawl for clarity. Practicing these example sentences and pronunciation tips will help listeners confidently use these vocabulary words in everyday conversation. Let's immerse ourselves in some role-playing scenarios set in the context of overcrowded living situations in Hong Kong, designed to help listeners hone in their English skills. Imagine you're a resident living in a subdivided flat with your family, struggle to cope with limited space. In one scenario, you might simulate a conversation with your landlord, expressing concerns about the cramped living conditions and requesting repairs or improvements to the accommodation. Alternatively, picture yourself navigating the bustling streets of Hong Kong, where overcrowding extends beyond residential areas. In another scenario, you could role-play a dialogue with a fellow commuter on a crowded subway train, discussing the challenges of commuting in such a densely populated city and sharing tips for navigating public transport during peak hours. These role-playing exercises provide a valuable opportunity for listeners to practice real-life English language skills in the context of overcrowded living situations, enhancing their communication abilities and cultural understanding. Let's take a brief moment to consider some common situations related to overcrowding in Hong Kong, offering prompts and example dialogues to guide listeners through the challenging scenarios. Picture yourself engaging in a conversation with a friend about housing options in the city. You might discuss the limited availability of affordable accommodation and weigh the pros and cons of different living arrangements, such as subdivided flats versus traditional apartments. In another scenario, imagine expressing your concerns about living conditions to a landlord or property manager. You could articulate issues such as insufficient space, inadequate ventilation, or maintenance problems, seeking solutions or improvements to enhance the quality of your living environment. Additionally, consider a dialogue with a community advocate or housing counsellor, where you explore potential strategies for addressing housing problems and advocating for better living conditions for yourself and others in similar situations. By providing prompts and example dialogues for these common situations, listeners can develop essential communication skills and gain confidence in navigating challenges related to overcrowding in Hong Kong. We're going to think now about some of the cultural aspects surrounding overcrowding in Hong Kong, shedding light on its profound social and economic implications. In this bustling metropolis where space is at a premium, overcrowding shapes not only the physical landscape but also the very fabric of society. Government policies and initiatives aimed at addressing housing shortages and improving living conditions play a pivotal role in shaping the urban environment. Yet, cultural attitudes towards housing and urban living also influence how individuals perceive and navigate the challenges of overcrowding. For many residents, cramped living conditions and soaring property prices are not just economic challenges, but also reflections of broader societal values and aspirations. The pursuit of home ownership and upward mobility intertwines with cultural norms and expectations, driving individuals to seek solutions within the constraints of their circumstances. Understanding these cultural nuances is essential for grasping the complexities of overcrowding in Hong Kong and the multifaceted ways it impacts the lives of its inhabitants. As learners navigate overcrowded environments in Hong Kong, they may encounter unique cultural experiences and observations that offer insights into the daily realities of life in this vibrant city. One such experience is the concept of queue culture, where individuals patiently wait in line for various services, such as public transportation or popular attractions. Despite the crowded conditions, this cultural norm reflects a sense of orderliness and respect for others' space, even in crowded settings. Additionally, learners may notice the prevalence of compact living spaces, where residents creatively maximize every inch of available room to accommodate their needs. From innovative storage solutions to communal living arrangements, these adaptations highlight the resilience and resourcefulness of Hong Kongers in the face of overcrowding. Moreover, learners may observe the bustling street markets and vibrant neighborhood gatherings that characterize Hong Kong's urban landscape. These communal spaces serve as hubs of social interaction and cultural exchange, fostering a sense of community amidst the density of city living. By immersing themselves in these cultural experiences, learners gain valuable insights into the rich tapestry of life in overcrowded Hong Kong. In the bustling streets of Hong Kong, amidst the towering skyscrapers and bustling markets, lies a tale of resilience and adaptation woven into the fabric of everyday life. Picture this: a narrow alleyway flanked by towering high-rises, where laundry flutters in the breeze and the scent of street food fills the air. Here, in the heart of the city, resides Mrs. Chen, a resilient widow who has called this vibrant neighborhood home for decades. As she navigates the crowded streets, Mrs. Chen's wrinkled face reflects the wisdom of years spent weathering the storms of urban life. Her tiny apartment, tucked away in a nondescript building, is a sanctuary amidst the chaos, a humble abode where memories of a lifetime are cherished. Despite the challenges of overcrowding and a limited space, Mrs. Chen's indomitable spirit shines through, a beacon of hope amidst the hustle and bustle of city life. Through her story, listeners can be transported to the streets of Hong Kong, where resilience and community thrive among the challenges of overcrowding and urban living. In navigating the discourse surrounding urban issues and expressing concerns about living conditions, there are several practical tips and strategies that can significantly enhance English language skills. Firstly, building a robust vocabulary related to urban environments is essential. This includes familiarizing oneself with words and phrases pertaining to housing, infrastructure, city planning, and community development. Additionally, practicing active listening and engaging in discussions on urban topics can help learners become more fluent in expressing their thoughts and opinions. Furthermore, honing one's speaking skills by participating in role plays or debates centered around urban issues can be immensely beneficial. Encouraging learners to read articles, essays, or reports on urban development and analyzing the language used can also aid in comprehension and language acquisition. Moreover, utilizing online resources such as podcasts, videos, and interactive quizzes focused on urban topics can provide valuable exposure to real-world language usage. Lastly, learners are encouraged to engage in writing exercises, such as journaling or opinion pieces, which can help them articulate their views on urban issues more effectively. By incorporating these tips and strategies into language learning activities, learners can sharpen their English language skills and effectively navigate discussions on urban issues and living conditions. Furthermore, to enhance English language skills in the context of overcrowding and urban living, learners can employ various strategies across listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Firstly, listening practice. Learners can utilize podcasts, TED Talks, or other recordings focused on urban issues. By actively listening to these resources, learners can improve their comprehension skills and familiarize themselves with vocabulary related to overcrowding and urban living. Additionally, engaging in group discussions or conversation clubs centered around urban topics can provide valuable speaking practice. Learners can share their thoughts, ask questions, and express opinions on issues such as housing shortages, population density, and urban development. Furthermore, reading newspapers, articles, and books about urbanization and its effects can enhance reading comprehension and vocabulary acquisition. Learners can also benefit from writing exercises such as essays or blog posts discussing their perspectives on overcrowding and on potential solutions to urban challenges. By integrating these activities into their language learning routine, learners can effectively practice listening, speaking, reading, and writing skills while gaining valuable insights into urban issues and their implications. In comparing and contrasting the issue of overcrowding in Hong Kong with similar urban challenges in other cities or regions, it's essential to recognize both the commonalities and differences that shape each situation. While Hong Kong grapples with densely populated neighborhoods, soaring property prices, and a shortage of affordable housing, other cities around the world face similar issues rooted in rapid urbanization and population growth. For example, cities like Tokyo, Mumbai, and New York City also contend with overcrowded living conditions, strained infrastructure, and disparities in access to houses. However, the cultural context and historical factors unique to each city contribute to distinct challenges and solutions. In Tokyo, for instance, the concept of capsule hotels reflects innovative approaches to maximizing limited space, whereas Mumbai's informal settlements, or slums as they're sometimes called, highlight the resilience of communities in the face of urban pressures. Similarly, New York City's rent control policies and public housing initiatives illustrate efforts to address housing affordability, albeit with varying degrees of success. By exploring these diverse urban landscapes, learners can gain a deeper understanding of how cultural, economic, and political factors shape responses to overcrowding and inform urban development strategies worldwide. Exploring the intricate differences in language across diverse settings holds the key to unlocking a deeper level of language learning and enhancing communication skills. By delving into the nuances of language variation, learners gain valuable insights into cultural norms, societal dynamics, and historical contexts unique to each linguistic landscape. This heightened understanding fosters greater empathy, sensitivity, and adaptability in communication, empowering individuals to navigate diverse environments with confidence and respect. Moreover, recognizing and appreciating these differences cultivates a profound appreciation for the richness and diversity of language, sparking curiosity and fueling a lifelong passion for learning. Whether it's mastering regional accents, understanding idiomatic expressions, or embracing cultural nuances, each encounter with linguistic diversity presents an opportunity for personal and intellectual growth. As learners engage with diverse language forms and expressions, they not only broaden their linguistic repertoire, but also deepen their appreciation for the complexity of human communication. Ultimately, embracing linguistic diversity enriches language learning experiences and equips individuals with the tools to forge meaningful connections across cultural boundaries. For learners eager to enhance their English language skills in the realm of urban vocabulary and discussions, there are several valuable resources available. One such resource is the book English for Urban Living, which provides a comprehensive guide to common urban English expressions, idioms, and slang used in everyday conversations in cities around the world. Additionally, websites like urbanenglish.com offer interactive lessons, quizzes, and articles that focus on urban-themed topics, including transportation, housing, and city life. For those who prefer mobile apps, Urban Speak and CityLingo are excellent choices, offering vocabulary-building games, audio lessons, and real-life dialogue set in urban environments. These resources not only help learners expand their urban English vocabulary, but also deepen their understanding of urban issues and culture, making language learning an engaging and immersive experience. To effectively leverage these resources and bolster language proficiency when discussing urban challenges such as overcrowding, learners can employ a range of strategic approaches tailored to their unique learning preferences. Firstly, it's crucial to establish clear objectives related to urban vocabulary and the comprehension of urban issues, outlining specific linguistic targets to strive for. Following this, learners can seamlessly integrate the identified resources into their daily study routines, allocated dedicated time slots to engage with urban-themed materials. This might involve reading articles on platforms like urbanenglish.com, working through exercises featured in textbooks like English for Urban Living, or utilizing interactive vocabulary-building applications such as Urban Speak. Moreover, learners can optimize their exposure to urban English by actively participating in discussions within online forums, language exchange communities, or conversation groups centered around urban topics. By immersing themselves in authentic urban contexts and consistently honing their language skills through deliberate practice, learners can solidify their comprehension of urban challenges like overcrowding and cultivate the confidence they need to navigate such discussions proficiently. In conclusion, this episode has delved into the multifaceted issue of overcrowding in Hong Kong and its significant implications for English language learners. We've explored the root causes of this urban challenge, including population density, housing shortages, and the impact on residents' quality of life. Through an examination of key vocabulary related to overcrowding in urban living, listeners have gained a deeper understanding of the language necessary to discuss and navigate such complex issues. Additionally, we've provided practical tips and resources to enhance language proficiency in the context of urban challenges, empowering learners to engage confidently in discussions about overcrowding and related topics. By recognizing the cultural nuances and linguistic intricacies inherent in these discussions, learners can develop essential communication skills that transcend language barriers and foster meaningful dialogue in diverse settings. As learners continue to explore and engage with urban English, they'll not only expand their language abilities, but also deepen their understanding of the world around them, equipping themselves with valuable tools for navigating the complexities of urban society. As we wrap up this episode, I want to encourage all of our listeners to keep delving into the topic of urban living and the challenges it presents. By engaging in real-life discussions about overcrowding, housing shortages, and other urban issues, you can further hone your English language skills and deepen your understanding of these complex issues. Take every opportunity to immerse yourself in conversations with others, whether it's with friends, family, or colleagues. Don't hesitate to seek out resources and materials that focus on urban English vocabulary and discussions, as they can provide valuable insights and perspectives. Remember, language learning is a journey, and the more you actively engage with the language in real-life situations, the more confident and proficient you'll become. So keep exploring, keep practicing, and keep pushing yourself to new heights in your English language journey.